Howdy y'all, so you're thinking about moving to Mesquite, Texas. Well, today we're gonna walk through some different neighborhoods at some different price points like we always do so that you can see exactly what it's like to live here in Mesquite, Texas and what you can get for your budget. And if you stick around, I'll even show you some of the new construction that is going up here in Mesquite. You'll definitely wanna stick around for that. And I'll even show you some of the main attractions here as well. So if that's what you're looking for, stay tuned because we're getting into it right now. Hey ladies and gentlemen, if you're looking to learn more about what it's like living in Dallas, Texas, well, this is the channel that helps you do that. So I invite you to subscribe down below. Make sure you tap the bell for notifications so that you can stay up to date on the current market here in Dallas. We drop new videos every single week. My name is Jimmy, your local born and raised real estate expert advisor, and we're getting tons of calls and emails every single day from people just like you who are ready to make that move here in Dallas, and we absolutely love it. So if you are thinking about buying or selling here in the Dallas area, be sure to reach out so that we can help make a tailor-made game plan just for you. As I approach the historic downtown Mesquite, I think I timed this perfectly so I can cross the street. Got to get a little jog in right here though. But yeah, so this is downtown. You got the cool little gondola right here. You got the Wells Fargo, the bank on this side. But yeah, downtown Mesquite is actually the focus of some upcoming development. Okay, so they just struck a deal for a multi-million-dollar project to transform downtown Mesquite right here. You've got the farmers market that'll be right here as well. Always good to support local farmers, I would say, and good for the kids as well. That's yeah, Mesquite. The vibe here is, you know, generally has an older kind of cowboy vibe to it, if you will, right? So the Mesquite Rodeo has been here. It's been a staple since 1946 out here. They've got, that's the only rodeo, at least that I know of, that they have the shark cage in the middle of the stadium while the bull riding is going on. So you've got that viewpoint from the ground level where the bulls are going crazy. So I'll actually show you. I'll show you that here in a few segments here. But they've also got the Devil's Bowl Speedway racing is pretty big out here in Mesquite. You got some really good barbecue as well. So, that Mesquite barbecue, I'm telling you, that Texas Mesquite barbecue, can't beat that out here. And you know, to you know, even it out a little bit, you got some good golf over here at the Mesquite Golf Club. Beautiful course actually out there. So but hey, before we jump into the neighborhoods, I want to give you a brief introduction. So maybe get your notepad ready. I'm going to throw the numbers here at the beginning just so you have them, right? So location wise, you're going to be about 25 minutes away, maybe 30 depending on traffic from downtown Dallas. And then, you know, tack on an extra 15, so maybe 35 minutes away from DFW Airport down there. And so median home price here is actually only $145,000. So definitely one of the more affordable suburbs here in Dallas. 59% of the population here owns their home. And speaking of the population, it's pretty big. You got 140,000 people here. And the median age is 32. So it does skew a little bit younger. But I will tell you, I mean, there are definitely some folks out here who have, you know, they were born and raised here and, you know, just kind of have stuck around their whole lives, right? So you've got some of that older crowd as well. And yeah, as far as the job market around here too, really, you know, here there aren't that many big time employers. I think the Postal Service is the biggest employer here. That, I mean, that's the only employer that is 1,000 employees or above. Everything else, I mean, you really, the idea of Mesquite is you live here and then it's an easy commute into downtown Dallas if you work down there, right? So that's kind of the feel here in Mesquite. Number 11 most diverse suburb in the entire state of Texas. So you got a little bit of everybody out here, which is awesome. You got some really good food out here. You know, it's not just the barbecue. You got some really good Mexican restaurants out here. Actually, yeah, Dos Panchas over here is really good. I mean, it's very authentic out here. You get some really good, you know, kind of mom and pop restaurants, family owned restaurants out here, which is awesome. The only things that kind of aren't awesome are the schools, aren't really anything to write home about. We'll talk a little bit more about that in the next, at the first neighborhood there. And then the safety, it's niche.com gave it a C rating on the safety, which, frankly, there are safer suburbs out there in the DFW Metroplex, that's for sure. So now as far as weather goes, listen, I mention this, every time. I think, if you can get through July and August, it's beautiful outside of that. We're here on a, early spring day. It's about 85 degrees out right now, and you got a nice little cool breeze. It's a beautiful day out here today, very pleasant. But yeah, if that July and August where it starts to flirt with the triple digits, being born and raised here, I'm used to it and I prefer it. I would much rather, deal with 2 months of, a little bit extra sweating and have an extended winter period, if you know what I'm saying, right? So I'm just out here working on my base tan right now. So we're getting it in that way. But yeah, just make sure you're hydrated, of course, in the summertime. That's no joke. So just make sure you have plenty of water and get you a solid Yeti down here. Keep it cold, right? So, but yeah, I think people ask about tornadoes sometimes too. Listen, the truth is we get quite a few tornado warnings out here, but listen, I've only seen 2 tornadoes in my life, right? The last one happened, I think maybe 2 or 3 years ago. And before that, it was like 15 years before that, right? So yeah, we get tornado warnings. We are on the very edge of Tornado Alley, if you will. But I personally, I don't worry that much about tornadoes. Something to keep be mindful of, right? But not something to be too terribly worried about or concerned about on a daily basis. If you catch my drift there, right? So I think hail is more prevalent, right? So just make sure you have some good insurance, right? I was actually talking to one of my roofing buddies this weekend, and he was telling me about, okay, because what happens with tornadoes is most times they just take off some shingles on your roof and stuff like that, or they take the roof first, right? So he was telling me, yeah, don't go with this insurance company. They're a pain to work with. You want this one, or this one. So, if you work with us, we'll give you the inside scoop on that one. But yeah, listen, this is Mesquite is historically a railroad town, right? So you saw where I came from initially, right through there, where you had the train tracks behind me. It went from here over to Shreveport, Louisiana, right on the border of Louisiana and Texas over there to the east. And yeah, it was there was actually one guy, Sam Bass. He was a prominent outlaw out here, known for his train robberies. One story out here is he got away with $30,000 one time. That was back in 1878, which is, I had to look it up. That's the equivalent of $650,000 today, right? So that was a good getaway for him. Not the most honest work though. We'll definitely say that. But yeah, hey, if you're learning something so far, please tap that like button down below. It keeps us motivated to keep making content for you guys. Make sure you're subscribed as well. And yeah, with that being said, let me take you through a bunch of neighborhoods at some different price points so you can see the different styles of living out here in Mesquite, Texas. All right, let's cruise. All right, welcome to the first neighborhood. So this home that we're gonna feature right here is going for $249,000, 3-bed, 2-bath on 1,100 square feet. It's gonna put you at $220 a square foot, and it was built in 1987. You've got a 2-car garage on the back side that you'll have access via the alleyway back there. If you don't know what an alleyway is, basically what the idea is, to protect the front side curb appeal, you put the garages on the back, and then you have one pretty narrow street on the back side of everybody's home, and that's how everybody accesses their garage. And so you might have like a back a back garage door neighbor on the back side of your home there. Sometimes they stagger them, sometimes not. You know, some people like it, some people don't, right? So just kind of, it is what it is. But yeah, one thing about cars is you'll definitely want a car out here in Dallas. You know, not to state the obvious or anything, but you know, we're pretty spread out, right? And so I always tell the story about my sister who worked and lived downtown for a while, and so she could walk to work, but if she wanted to go literally anywhere else, you know, she had to take her car, right? And so, but now she's in Chicago, and she left her car at our parents' place, right? And so, you know, I mean, it's just a little bit different up there. So just, you know, for those of you who are coming from, you know, like a New York or a Chicago or some places like that, you know, it's different out here. You're definitely gonna want your car, right? So definitely gonna wanna have your toll tag out here as well. Maybe not so much in Mesquite, but really, regardless of where you end up in Dallas, you're gonna wanna have a toll tag just to, anytime you do go through a toll, you know, even if you're not going through them every day, it's gonna be the cheaper, most efficient way to do that, right? So yeah, let me get out to the end of the street here, and I'll show you kind of what the streets look like. You know, I'd say this is a pretty typical for you know, that starter home neighborhood right here. You know, you got all 3 2s right here. Got the new fence on this one, some nice landscaping right here. Yeah, pretty quiet. Looks like the mowers, the mowers just got here right there, so they're probably gonna make some noise. So I'm gonna go this way. But yeah, that brick style. I mean, you can tell every single home on this street is brick, and you're gonna see a lot of that in Mesquite, by the way. You know, that was kind of the style, you know, and a lot of these homes in Mesquite were built, you know, in the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, you know, 90s. Some of these are 2000s. I think the next one I'll show you is from the year 2000. But still, I mean, it's, you know, brick was that style out here. And so that's gonna be the dominating style of house out here in Mesquite. But that one that we featured actually did have, it is a little bit older, right? But it did have that open floor plan, right? So you got the kitchen opening up into the living room. You got some high ceilings in there, updated kitchen, by the way, you know, updated like bathrooms and everything as well. So fully move in ready, you know, 100% ready to go. You know, and so, you know, it seems, I mean, you'll find some homes like that where, you know, maybe an investor came in or a house flipper or something like that, or maybe it was just the previous owner, you know, did some upgrades while they were living in it, right? And so you'll run into that a lot out here. Dallas is a hot spot for you know, finding some homes and flipping them, and you know, making a profit off of that. So if you're an investor, feel free to give me a shout as well. But yeah, I mean, you've got some big growth trees out here as well. You can see on that side of the street as well over here. You know, I mean, you've got yeah, Mesquite is very established, right? So it's not like you know, the new suburbs up in like Frisco and Prosper, where you've got these little baby trees that were just planted a couple of years ago, right? So definitely gonna have a little bit more mature tree growth out here in Mesquite. But yeah, I mean, you're gonna be pretty close to, I just, you know, when I was coming by here, I just, you know, just saw the grocery store literally right around the corner. So you're gonna have some shopping right there, some good restaurants. You know, you're not gonna have that many chains. Well, I mean, you do, like you have, you know, your McDonald's and, you know, Dairy Queen. If you don't know what Dairy Queen is, they got the Blizzards. Oh, you gotta have one of those when you come down here. But a lot of those, like I mentioned earlier, just those, you know, family-owned restaurants that are just really more authentic, you know, and just really, really good. So definitely not losing anything on quality from that standpoint there, right? But let's talk about the schools here for a second. So, you know, we gotta keep it real, right? So when I went on to great schools, you know, all the elementary schools were basically rated a 4 or 5. You know, you had 2 8s in there on the north side of Mesquite. Middle schools, it was basically all 4s, and the high schools were all 3 or 4, right? And so, private school is going to be something that you might really consider out here. They do have a school for talented and gifted charter school around the corner, so that might be an option for you right there. There is a local private school. It's called Dallas Christian. I had a couple buddies who went there. Didn't make the top 25, which I did another video on the top 25 private schools in Dallas. I'll link to that up above. But if you're interested in doing that, then you'll definitely want to check out that video. I am a product of the private school system. We have 3 of the top 35 private schools in the nation, believe it or not, and we have the #1 ranked one there as well. So it was actually my rival school growing up. So, anyway, yeah, I think yeah, as far as athletics go, though, very competitive out here in Mesquite. They love their sports out here. The football, obviously, you saw the big football stadium out there. But yeah, listen, if your child is into athletics, if they're really focused on that path, definitely reach out to me. I'm pretty well connected in many different areas now, especially in soccer, tennis, and martial arts. I know, or my family knows, plenty of people in those arenas. So definitely reach out. We can help maybe get you set up with a good team, a good coach, and all that, right? So feel free to reach out if you need some help with that. But yeah, hey, if you're learning something so far, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed as well. I was born and raised here, and I love sharing some of that insider information that I've picked up throughout the decades out here. So, but yeah, this should give you a pretty good idea of what you can get in this starting price point out here in Mesquite. So with that being said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive you through this neighborhood so you can kind of see it for yourself here. And I'll do that with all the neighborhoods, by the way. And yeah, so let's jump in the car, and then I'll see you at the next neighborhood. See you there. All right, so we are inside the Mesquite Arena right here. So this is where they do the famous Mesquite Rodeo right here. And if you stick around, I'll actually show you behind the scenes where they keep all the bulls and all of that in here in just a second. But yeah, remember the Shark Tank that I mentioned earlier? Well, about right here is where you would be. This would be your vantage point. They actually the bulls will be released from that side over there. I'll show you that in a second. I'll actually head that way right now. But yeah, rodeo is a great spot to, bring the kids, bring the family. The kids absolutely love it. They can, chase the sheep and, try to wrestle down the calves and all that. And yeah, super fun time. But that's not all they do here. So looks like they just did a concert here this weekend. They do a bunch of events in here. You can see the screens up top right there. Not quite AT&T Stadium level screens, but it's a very intimate little stadium. I know a few buddies who played for the professional indoor soccer team in here. Very intimate setting, gets pretty loud actually too. But yeah, so this is where they keep all the bulls and everything when they're just waiting around, right? So here, I'll show you down here in just a second. So actually this one's open, so yeah, you can come in here, and this is where all the bulls would be, and they get everybody ready. And this is where the barrel racers, when they're done, they come sprinting down there, whoosh, and they just come right down there. And that's the parking lot where all the trailers will be when you get here. So the main entrance for all the patrons will be on that side. So hey, maybe plan out your ticketing if you need to that way. But really not a bad seat in the house in here, honestly. So they've got some suites up there as well, as you can see right there. So you can get a suite for the evening if you wanted to as well. But yeah, with that being said, I had to show you this, right? So, but let's go to the next neighborhood, and I'll see you there. All right, welcome to the second neighborhood. This home that we're gonna feature right behind me is going for $409,000. 4 beds, 4 baths on 2,600 square feet, which is gonna put you at $156 a square foot. You are gonna have the 2-car garage. You can kind of see behind the trees right there, built in the year 2000 on a nice cul-de-sac street right here. So I'll take you down here as well, show you a little bit more. Yeah, this, again, you're gonna have that traditional brick style, but you got a little colonial feel with the columns in the front. Here, I'll show you, there's another one. You got some more columns down on this side here. So here's a look at the street. So I love the brick mailboxes right here. You've got the one, the other home with the columns on that side right there. So yeah, again, I mean, that traditional brick is really what dominates here in Mesquite, but yeah, I like the columns. It's a nice touch. Looks like they just add that, and yeah, gives it a whole new feel right there. So maybe if you move to Mesquite, you can, and it doesn't have the columns, then you can add that. That'll be a good idea for you. But yeah, the one that we're featuring, that one has, it is a traditional floor plan, updated kitchen. You've got the crown molding as well, top and bottom. So yeah, fully move-in ready for $156 a square foot, 20 minutes from Dallas, right? So that's pretty good. It doesn't get too much better than that. Yeah, again, I mean, you can see you've got the pretty mature trees out here. If I get you all the way down to the end of the street, we'll get you all the way down there. By the way, I saw a very nice couple chilling on their porch. Looked like they were drinking some iced tea or some lemonade or something out there. So that's Mesquite for you out here. So, but yeah, listen, this is, you know, I got to keep it real, right? So this is a pretty popular price point. Of course, you know, homes are moving fairly quickly. So just something to keep in mind. You're going to want to have all of your ducks in a row. And of course, that's something that we can help you out with and help you get organized with if you'd like. But yeah, something that isn't so popular out here are the property taxes. So of course, here in Mesquite, you're going to have, it's a 2.8% out here, which is going to be above average. Of course, the range here in Dallas is 1.8 to 3.4%. But for those of you who are subscribed, you would have already known that. So yeah, make sure you are subscribed down below. If you are learning anything, give us a thumbs up. If you don't mind, helps keep us motivated. But yeah, here's another shot down the street here. I mean, you can see these trees right there. And then, yeah, you do have some cars parked in the street. I'm not a big fan of that personally, but I guess that's what they do on this street, at least. I don't know if that's every street, but it is on this one. But yeah, listen, we love helping our clients get into homes that they feel really, really good about, right? But of course, we can't help you if you don't reach out, right? So give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, jump on our calendar if you want to jump straight to a Zoom call with us. Do that right now before you forget. And listen, I feel our team is the best in the world at finding you your dream home at the right price. So we look forward to talking to you. And yeah, this should give you a fairly good idea of what you can get in this $400,000 to $500,000 price point. And with that being said, let me drive you through this one so you can get another kind of idea, just like you were here with me driving through it. And I'll see you at the next neighborhood. See you there. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have arrived at the Devil's Bowl Speedway. You've got the grandstand up there, and I'm gonna go up here to the where they wave the flag, huh? I'm gonna go up here see what the view is like from up here. But yeah, this is of course where they do all the junior racing. This is a dirt track, so you got yeah, but these cars still go pretty fast out here. So yeah, look at that. Okay, there you go. That's not bad. I can do this. I can do a little, gentlemen, start your engines. All right. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And then you have the private airport, the Mesquite private airport on that side of the speedway right here. So yeah, this is pretty cool. So they keep this in really good shape too. So anyway, had to show you this one. But with that being said, let me take you to the next neighborhood. See you there. All right, welcome to the third neighborhood. We're gonna show you some new construction here, and I'm actually gonna take you inside of a home here in just a moment. But the first thing that you will notice is that you've got a little bit more options than just that traditional brick. Now, of course, you can see that brick and stone combination, that Texas style with the wooden accents, the wooden garage doors, and everything like that. So, you know, hey, if you've got a flexible timeline, and you know this is kind of more your style, then of course there are quite a few, or not quite a few, there are just a handful of new construction communities that you might be interested in. So you know, the price range is going to range anywhere from $375 all the way up to $700,000. Right here you've got Iron Horse, which is close to the Mesquite Rodeo, which I showed you. I'm at Ridge Ranch right now. You've got Hagen Hill as well, which is a little bit the highest price point there. You've got Esperanza coming soon, Bluffs at Cedar Creek Lake, which is more custom, and then Arcadia Trails is coming soon as well. But let me show you inside of this one right here. We've got some beautiful landscaping here on the front and a 3-car garage. As I was driving through here, I did see quite a few of 3-car garages. So if you're looking for that third extra space, then you know, this could be a good option for you. You got the formal dining right there in the front, laundry room, very nice kitchen, you know, granite countertops completely. You know, this is going to be all new, of course, in here. You got nice cabinets, of course, upgraded stainless steel appliances. Yeah, the yard, I walked through here. I'll show you the yard here in a second as well. Here, let's come through this bedroom right here. So hopefully the light will be able to catch that, but yeah, there you go. You got a good size yard back there. So something to be excited about. If you want the 2-story, we'll go upstairs. Nice little bay window here. And then, yeah, you've got that extra kind of bonus room right here, and then another bedroom and bathroom up here. Man, this is kind of this would be a great setup for, you know, if you had an extra somebody extra living with you, maybe a grandparent or something. They could maybe stay up here and kind of have their own little private space up here, which is pretty cool. So yeah, just wanted to give you, you know, at least a brief little look to see kind of what the finish outs are in here. You know, you got the nice flooring in here as well. So yeah, one last look at the kitchen and living room right there. But yeah, let's do a brief little recap here now. So when we're talking about Mesquite, some of the comparisons that I think Mesquite will draw is, of course, you've got Garland, your neighbor, Sunnyvale, your neighbor as well, Forney on the east side. And then I'm even going to throw in Richardson and Saxe in there as well, a little bit more north, but still kind of along the same lines, has the same kind of general feel to it, if you will. So yeah, and then 3 words we like to summarize each area for you. So first one, we got to throw out the rodeo vibes. It definitely has a little bit of that feels, you know, seeping in into the different you know, sub areas of Mesquite here. You know, from that, the rodeo is pretty central, right? So kind of the vibes kind of seep out from there, and very diverse, right? So you've got you know, a little bit of everybody out here, and again, that great food. Everybody's bringing their own cuisines out here, and so it's awesome to see. And and good for the belly as well. And then yeah, it's going to be one of the most affordable suburbs that's close to Dallas as well, which is really exciting, right? So definitely, you know, has some room to grow, but you know, definitely a great area if you know, if you like what you saw today. So, you know, hey, of course, we can't help you though if you don't reach out. So give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, jump on our calendar if you want to jump straight to a Zoom call with us. Of course, that's our favorite, but whatever is easiest for you, you know, we got your back when making a smooth move here to Mesquite, Texas. If this is the one that you like, oh, I didn't even show you all the master. I got to show you the master. So yeah, here you go. Good size room right here, right there. You got, yeah, this one has the sunken shower right there. Oh, there you go, a little sunken shower. Nice finish outs right there. Hello. And yeah, so hey, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you liked best about Mesquite. Did I miss anything? Oh my God, I didn't talk about the Town East Mall. So I can't believe I didn't do that. So, okay, so the Town East Mall, obviously malls have seen better days, right? But Town East Mall was a big thing, you know, maybe a couple decades ago. And so that's kind of gonna be the main commercial area, right? So you've got a lot of your big box stores around there, you know, a lot of restaurants and everything around there as well. It's one block north of the Mesquite Rodeo, so pretty close to the rodeo there as well, very centrally located. And if you're looking for some really good suits at a really affordable price, there's a suit store right there. Man, I wish I remember the name of it. I don't remember it, but it's right there by the Chick-fil-A. So if you find the Chick-fil-A in that Town East, you just go right there and you'll see it. Yeah, you can find some really good suits right there for a really good price. So, oh, that's where I learned that's where I went to my motorcycle class. That's where I learned how to drive a motorcycle right there too. So, and that's how I discovered that suit place. So, there you go. The more you know about Jimmy. So, anyway, yeah, listen, yeah, drop me a comment. Like this video down below, hit that thumbs up if you found any value here today. It would mean the world to us if you did that. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. And of course, you should see some videos popping up on the end screen right now that should be can point you in the right direction if you don't know where to go. Of course, we've covered just about every inch of Dallas at this point, so feel free to use our channel as a resource. Whatever you need, let us know. And until the next video, see you around town.